9:45 a.m. radar shows some rain coming in from the west. Yeah, don't know if I'll get any, but there's a good chance I'm going to get some rain today. So if I want to do something, I better do it pretty quick before it starts raining. Let's zoom in to where I am. I'm on the right. Looks like there's some rain just to the west of me. A line of green and red and yellow. Yeah, let's go outside and see what's going on. Yeah, let's see what I can get done today, if anything. Well, it's around 52 degrees at 10 a.m. And it's raining, of course. Because I won't be doing very much today, if anything. Probably nothing. Yeah. Unless I want to get wet. I was going to sow that grass on the pasture road, that fescue. But I can't do that in the rain. Yeah, I should have had that. I should have got up earlier. Oh well. Cat, stop bumping my arm. Alright, that's the way it goes. I need the rain anyway, so that's alright. And it's not cold, so that's the main thing. It's warm enough to rain. Yeah, it's raining. Well, at least I don't have to worry about watering that transplanted pear tree over at the farm. Just gonna get some rain on it now. Yeah. It's a light rain. There's a chance all day. Rain. Oh, there's some cattle behind that tree. So it looks like it's been raining for a while. According to that stream of water going down that way. Yeah. Warm enough for the grass to grow. That's good. Spring is almost here. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain. Da, 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 da. Hi, cat. Yeah, she wants to go out. It is a light rain. Maybe I won't sow that grass. It's not like I'm going to drive up the pasture road. I'm just going to drive across the bridge. And it just started to rain, so it can't be that wet. Let me go check the rain guard just to make sure. Not much. They had a 16th in it yesterday. Yeah, from the night before, early that morning. So it's just about as wet as it was yesterday out there. It's almost, and the rain's light. I think I can spread some grass without getting too wet. Cattle must be up in the barn. Hi, cat. I'm getting wet. Well, it's raining, but it's just a drizzle. Let me go see if I can sow that grass seed. And I still might go over to the farm and do some more work around the pear trees. Just a little bit. There they are, all up here. Well, there's no wind today. I don't see no waves on the pond. Reflections are good today. There's a big bird. Is that one of them herons? I don't think it's a buzzard. No, it is a buzzard. It's a buzzard. It's a buzzard. Listen to the frogs down there. Oh, they're loud this morning. Listen to them. Listen to them. That's a sign of spring right there. Frogs chirping. They don't seem to be too bothered about my truck, but when I step out, they shut up. Okay, let's go. I'm not going up the road, I'm just going to go to the bottom of it. The gate's already open. And I backed up to the bottom of the pasture road. Alright. I can still hear the frogs. They're not, I don't hear them in this creek. They're in that little ditch by the side of the road. Half bag of, not half, some grass seed in that bag, and then I got my spreader and I got a bucket to put it in. Water's flowing nicely today in the creek. Yeah, it's nice out here right now. Nice breeze from the south. And I'm going up this, I'm going to sow this pasture road up, and then I come back down maybe a couple times. I got plenty of grass seed, so I want to make it thick. Now's a good time to do it because the ground's wet, and if it's going to rain, probably the rain will wash it all down the hill. But, well, at least I'll get something on here. Maybe something will grow. Some here, I guess I'll go in and put that salt block back on the tire. Always knock it off. Okay. While I'm here, I guess I'll add a little solution to that too for the cattle. Some cedar logs inside. I had to make a cut here to get them in and then put them around where I want them. That way the salt stays off the ground and the water can leak through. And the cedar logs don't rust. I used to use old rims, wheel rims, but they don't last very long with the salt. Okay. They needed a bigger tire. Somebody's losing a lot of hair. Somebody that's white. Probably the bull. My used socks are still on there. That works pretty good. A solution of dishwashing liquid and permethrin and vegetable oil in here for insects. At first it was coming out pretty good, but I guess it got lumpy. I guess the lumpy was from the vegetable oil because it's not really warm. Anyway, that'll work for a little while. I'll keep adding to it. And for summer, I'm gonna have to make a new batch for the flies. Okay, now for the road. Sun's up there. The clouds aren't too thick. I can still see some of the sun. Grass is growing now. Look at the green. Trees are budding out too. I see the willows. Yeah, I can see green on top of them. Green and brownish. Oh, yeah, I need to trim them pear trees too. I forgot about them too. I got these two to trim and the apple tree at the house. Well, I'll get around to that. Not today. Okay, before it starts raining again, let's get something done here. Dump it in the bucket first because it's too hard to hit that little hole. Bucket first, and then the cedar. Okay, cedar's full. I turn the bucket upside down in case it does rain. The wind's kind of against me. It's blowing from this direction, so it's blowing against me. But I'll still get the seed out. See if I can do this. I can't see what I'm doing. Well, since the ground's so bare and wet, see my tire tracks from, I guess it was yesterday. There should be some seed to soil contact. Not much, but some. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. See the seed coming out? I'll go up this side and I'll come down the other. This is slippery here. Sometimes I hit the head, get it shake loose. I guess I'll open the gate. Throw some on that side too. I used up almost half already because stop and go, stop and go. So I'm just gonna finish the work now. See this far, so now I'm gonna go back on the other side. And if I run out before I get to the bottom, I'll just reload and come back. I want to make it all the way to the truck before I run out. That's okay, I got more. I ran out right at this tree. That's all done up. Oh! I'll go ahead and close the gate. I'm going to go another pass down the middle on the way back up. Yeah, let's go fill her up. Okay. I'll fill this up and that's all I'm going to use. I still got a little bit left. Yeah. I'll use it for somewhere else. Probably on that culvert crossing up by the pond. But not today, it's too wet. Walk back up to where I left off. Right here at this tree. I'm going to go down. Then I'm going to walk back up to the center. Add a little bit extra. There we go. I gotta hit it to get it unstuck itself. Probably don't need to put another one on down the middle, but I'm going to. I'm also going to go down there a little bit in the narrow area a little bit. Better if I use two hands. I'm just going to sow this little area where there's no grass. I'm going to walk all the way back up the hill without stopping. Then I'll close the gate and come back. One more trip up and down the middle. Okay, let's finish this. Slip and slide here. I'm getting low. Getting there. Almost empty. Perfect. Empty. Okay. Let's close the gate and go home. Go home. Yeah, I must have stopped it. Put a lot of grass seed right there. Probably when I stopped to take a photo. Yeah. It's not all that thick, but you can see I can see the seed. Don't know if it shows up on camera, but I can see it with my eyes real good. I'll be happy if some of this comes up. I'm afraid if it rains hard, most of it will just flow on down the hill. And this probably grow better. Oh, here's a spot. Another photo spot. Every time I don't close the cedar with the seed coming out. So every time I stop, it just keeps flowing out. And then when I start spinning again, or spreading, a whole bunch comes out. Yeah, it'd be nice if this would grow here. But the problem is I keep driving up and down it. And so anything that does grow gets trampled by my truck tires. I heard a goose. They're over there somewhere. I don't see him. Since it still ain't raining yet, or if it is raining, it's not raining now since I came out here. It started raining. It was raining when I left the house, but now it's stopped. The tree on the right is a mulberry. Volunteer. Birds spread them. They eat the seeds from my tree at the house. There's one there too, but it's never had berries on it. Must be another male. That's what I'm thinking. I have to look that up sometime. See if mulberries have male and female. Well, there must be a male, unless it's self-pollinating. It's starting to warm up. I put my sweat clothes on, and I'm sweating, so they're doing their job. Oh, shoot. I forgot about. Well, that'll be by control underneath the truck, because I spread all the way around it, even in here a little bit, in here. So I'll be able to tell if the space under the truck wasn't showed. So that'll be my control if anything grows around it. Looks like I spilled a little bit. I'll try to brush it off. Let's drive back to the house. I'm gonna load up some stuff for do some work at the parish at the farm again. T-post, some old manure in buckets, maybe even some old grass, grass clippings to put around the tree. Yeah, and something to get more water out of the bucket. Even if it's going to rain, I still want to give it some water. So, because I gotta walk into the pond a little farther, and I don't want to sink in too far. Maybe some boards at the edge. Today I'm stopping at the bridge to get a photo op of the creek. I like this view. Let's head home, pick up some stuff, and head to the farm. I didn't need to use four-wheel drive today. Yeah, grass is growing a little bit today. Not much sun, but it's warmer. It's probably near 55, give or take. Yeah, greening up pretty good. I should have stopped. I gotta use four-wheel drive. Get out of here. I'm gonna stop and get a few things, and I'm gonna head to the farm. I'm gonna get those two T-posts by that tree, and then I'm gonna back down. I'm going to back down to the behind the house and get some soil and some buckets or old manure. Oh, there's that cat, a multicolored cat. At least it hangs around here. Maybe it'll catch mice. Monster too. Bulls are butting heads again for fun. Just for fun. Okay, I gotta get what I came here for. I see 4 buzzards in that tree over there. 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. If there's any more around here, I don't see them. I haven't seen them on that dead bull down the bottom. There's a little white bull. I shouldn't call him little white bull. The young white bull, yeah. He'll be 2 years old at the end of this month. I'm here to get some soil in buckets. Oh, and I need some bags I gotta get some, what do you call that? Grass clippings that I got stored in the barn. I'll get some of that too. Get out this wheelbarrow first. A bucket and a half. But I got some more down here. I just started to sprinkle again. Sit on the pond. But I'm gonna get the grass clippings in first anyway. There's the grass clippings from a couple years ago when I had the Highland cattle down in the big pasture with the bull. I'm glad I saved it. I'm gonna fill up a couple of these bags. That should be enough. On in there. Yeah, you guys got plenty to eat here. There's plenty of hay there. There's the mean one. There's the old mama cow. Who else is out here? Oh, there he is. Or she. Yeah, I called him a he. There he is. Yeah. I keep calling him a girl lots of times for some reason. I guess the young bulls, white bulls, on the other side of the barn. Yeah, they got more. I didn't realize there was this much here, but they got plenty here. Let that young white bull have a shot too. Of course, he'll get his chance when you go to the butcher in June. I was hoping to have him in the freezer already, but I guess they were booked up until June. I gotta wait. You got a little reprieve there, boy. Okay, I gotta get the bags of grass clippings before my stuff in my truck gets wet. Put some in the bags. Okay, 2 bags. Let's go back to the truck. I guess I'm not going to go over there if it's raining like this. I'll just stay home. Yeah. I don't want to work in the rain if I don't have to. Yeah, it's raining pretty steady now. Yeah. I'll check the radar. And then after I go in. Got the T-post. I got a little bit of soil, old manure. 2 bags of grass. I got an old inner tube. I'm going to cut up I'll tie that to the tree, and then I'll tie the inner tube to the post to stabilize the transplanted tree. The grass will go around the tree. Solar will go around the tree, and that'll go on top of the soil. But I'm getting wet, so I'm going back in the house after I park my truck. White bull came out here to eat this hay here. Guess it was too crowded in the barn, and they wouldn't let him in. Wouldn't let him stay in there to eat. So he's okay. At least he's got somewhere to eat. Yeah, I can hear the rain now. I hear it. I can feel it. I can hear it too. I can see it on the pond. Okay, let's put this truck away. I can hear the rain on the roof. Okay. Let's head to the carport and park it. I'll work on them pear trees at the farm some other day when it's not raining. I'm in my carport now, or under my carport. Okay, let's go in the house and dry off. And then check the radar. Bag got a little wet, but that won't hurt nothing. So it's not raining hard, just enough to put they call it kibosh on my trip to the farm. Oh well, there's always tomorrow. About 56 degrees a little after 12 noon. And it's just raining a little bit. Yeah, not heavy. Nice slow rain. 12:15 p.m. radar shows a lot of rain out in Missouri coming my way. I just started to get a little rain here. Right there. That's where I'm at. That's just a little bit of rain. But when this hits, I'm going to get a lot. Hope the grass will be okay. I sowed the grass seed before the rain because I was hoping that the rain would plaster it into the ground and it would sprout with all the moisture. And it's warm today too, so, or warmer. Yeah, warm enough maybe to sprout. I don't know. But at least to get the seed into the soil. But since it's a road and the ground is packed, yeah. But I made some tracks on the road with truck, maybe a tractor too. So I thought maybe some of the loose soil would capture the seed and retain it there. But if it's a smooth ground, hard, the grass seed might wash away. We'll see. At least I got it done before the big rain come. All right. Guess I ain't going to the farm today, unless when this clears up, after this passes me, which might take a while, I might head over there. All I'm gonna do is drive in some T-posts, put some soil down, some old manure around the transplanted tree, and get some water out of it. I probably won't need any water after this rain comes through. Yeah. So I just want to take care of that transplanted tree. I don't think it's going to fall over. I need to stake it so it'll give it some support until the roots develop. Well, I'll just be waiting for the rain today. Oh, that's a 130 radar showing the strong rain. I'm right there, so it's right at my doorstep. I'm gonna go out and take a look, see what's going on out there. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be getting some rain now, and and the red stuff is right, aiming right for me too. Let's go see what it looks like outside. That rain's out there somewhere, according to radar. I'm looking at it. It's headed this way, I think. I can hear the thunder clapping. Rolling. Thunder's rolling. Rolling thunder. It's still only raining lightly right now. So I'm sure the rain's going to get heavier as that gets closer. I just saw something on my sycamore tree here. This sycamore, oh, that's a lightning. This came up by itself. Although about 20 years ago, maybe longer, I'm not sure. But when I first moved into my house here, or just after, I planted a lot of sycamores here and further down. One further to the south, down that way. I had 2 or 3 sycamores. And this one here got really big. That's before I had all these rocks here. Yeah, this sycamore got real big. I mean, it was I almost couldn't, I don't think I could reach around it. It was so big. Yeah, it was a big sycamore. It got big. It grew fast. And it got so close to the house. That's before I had this, I didn't have this roof here. I didn't have the carport here. And it got pretty big, and the branches spread out across the roof. And then one day during a storm, a big branch off the top broke off, because they're not very strong, I think. And it damaged my roof a little bit. I was able to fix it because it was just on the very edge. Yeah. But anyway, a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, this thing started to grow by itself. I don't know if it came out of the root of the old tree, which I doubt, because I said it was like 20 or maybe even 30 years ago. It's been a long time. Because anyway, after that tree broke, I decided to cut it down. I cut it down and it fell that way, and everything worked out okay. And then I started collecting all these rocks. Whenever we dug a hole or a pond or something, I think these two came out of one pond. That came out of somewhere. I don't know where that one came from. All these little ones I've been finding out in the big pasture mostly. Yeah. That rock there came from the farm. I'll take it back when I feel like it. But anyway, I just noticed on this tree that the limbs I cut off yesterday, I think it was last summer. I cut all these off because they were blocking my view. So, but the top is still growing out pretty nice. I'll leave it until it becomes dangerous. When it becomes dangerous, I'll cut it down. It's starting to rain heavier now. But I noticed all the places where I cut the limbs off, you can see them, they're closing up. Oh, another lightning. Yeah. Yeah, the tree is healing. I smell smoke. This is my neighbor. I smell smoke over that way. Are they burning trash? It smells like they're burning trash. Yeah, I can see smoke over there. It's raining now. A little heavier, but I think it's going to get even heavier in a few minutes. Let's see if this pond fills up with this rain. I doubt it. I'll get something out of it, according to the radar. Yeah, I can hear the rain getting stronger, heavier. Another lightning. I don't know if I'm safe out here. I'm not just under this little roof here. Here it is. I just noticed it now. But years ago, that was the same year that my power pole broke off at the base. But it stayed in position there because of the trees. The trees held it up. And then the power company had to come and replace it. That was the same year that the tree here, the stump, most of the top of the tree broke off. I think it was a red maple. Yeah, it was a maple, and it broke off. The wind blew it, slammed it against that gate, bent it a little bit, but it held up. And also that wind, strong wind, also blew those over. Blew those two, that tree and that tree over. Yeah. Those were mulberries. That mulberry that's laying down over the pond, this still got some life in it, and it still has berries on it, mulberries. But the one standing it was a separate tree. I think it might have came out of the root. I don't know. But anyway, it never had berries on it, so I'm thinking it's a male. But I don't know if they even have male and female. But anyway, well, the reason I mentioned that storm and that power pole and that tree that broke off is I think a limb broke off by this one too. at the same time, but it's healing up. You can tell how long ago it's been because of the amount of heating area around it. Yeah. Okay. I was going to wait for the rain, but it looks like it's just going to be a steady rain. I thought it was going to get heavy with some wind, and that still might come. You just have to wait for it. Yeah, I forget how long it's been since we built this roof here. Not that long ago. Porch. I never had no roof over this. And I didn't have no roof over the porch either for a long time. But anyway, me and my wife built it. Took a while. We built the one on the east side too for the car out down there. It sure makes it more easy to walk around outside. I think I'm hearing hail. Or hard, some heavy drops. Something. It's raining harder now. Coming down now. Yeah, this gazebo, I think they call it a gazebo. Many years ago, the roof got blown off of it by maybe the same storm that blew the power pole over, the tree and that tree and that tree. Maybe that's when this roof got blown off. I think it was before that, though. Anyway, most of it's on the inside. In 1999, we went to the DuQuoin Fair, just south of here, and that was 99, I remember that. And they had these on display. There is a hot tub in there, a spa hot tub. We used it for about a year, maybe two, and then we just gave up on it. We didn't like it too much. It was too hard to maintain the water, get the right pH or whatever they call it, and we just didn't enjoy it. The reason we bought it because whenever we went to Chicago, for whatever reason, like an immigration or something, or immigration, immigration and or the Philippine embassy. My wife had nothing to do there. Anyway, whenever we went to Chicago, when we stayed at a hotel, like a Hilton or something, they always had a spa. And we liked their spa, but we didn't have to do any work to maintain it. But maintaining this thing was really a pain. So I got it insulated and all that stuff. I got a cover on it, everything, so it's protected. The spa might still be good underneath all that, but the gazebo's falling apart. The roof came off. I need to get rid of it. It's made out of redwood. I could probably salvage some of the wood. I don't know what I'd do with it. And the plastic, the windows are made out of plastic. They're tinted. But I sure would like to get rid of it someday. If I can find somebody who will take it, I'll give it away. Because this thing may not be any good, but I think the small might be too. But it's probably, all the hoses are probably rotten too. Oh, the thunder's getting strong. Anyway, that's the story about that. Yeah, and the reason we bought it because my wife had arthritis, and it was supposed to make her feel better. So I said it was too much of a hassle taking care of it. We even used it in winter a few times, come out in the cold. Yeah, because it was heated. The spa was heated. Anyway, that's the way that is. But someday I plan to get rid of it somehow, even if I have to burn it. But I'll probably make use of something. I'll make use of it somehow. If I can think of something to use it for. The problem is, there's that big spa thing inside. I don't know what to do with that. Most of it's made out of fiberglass. But I don't want to burn it. I just don't want to. Maybe somebody will take it for junk or something. It might still work if somebody wanted to take the time and money to fix it up. Nobody I know wants it. I wonder if I still got internet. I'm gonna go in and see where this storm is. I think it's still headed this way. I think it's not here yet. All the heavy stuff. I'll come back if it does rain heavy. 1:50 p.m. 20 minutes since I went outside. Or since I first went outside. Or since the last time I checked the radar. I smell that smoke from my neighbor. Who stinks? I can smell it in the house. Anyway, I'm there. And there's more coming. Looks like most of it's going north. Yeah, it's above me. But there's some here that might come across. I'm going to go out to the east side and see what's going on out there with that fire. He's burning trash. As I can see his burning barrel burning over there. And the smoke is drifting over here. It stinks. I don't know what he's burning now. Well, I can't complain too much. I burn trash too. The rain slowed down a little bit. Looks like most of the storm is headed that way, over that way. The heavy stuff is up north. But there's still a south to the west of me that's red. Might get some rain out of that. Well, since I'm out here, I guess I'll see what the rain gauge shows. I don't think it rained that much because it's just been drizzling. Well, when I came out earlier today, it was just under an eighth. Now it's like 3/16. So it rained a little bit. It rained about an eighth, I'd say. You can see the neighbor's burning pile. There's some smoke around it. I think the fire might have put it out. Sun's trying to shine through there. That's the sun up there. Somewhere. But I can see the clouds drifting in. Yeah. Lots of clouds. I hear murder of crows. What do they call them? Murder of crows? Oh no, I hear the rain on the roof of the barn. Yeah. The heavy rains to the north. Oh, it's starting to come down again. Yeah. Starting to rain again. I better go in. Well, this is at 2 p.m. and most of it went north, or stayed north of me, because I'm right here in this empty spot. That's why it stopped raining for a while. Yeah, I'm right there, but it looks like this stuff is coming this way. I want to see which way it's moving. Let's turn on this. Let's hit this button, and it'll start from here. That's present. That's past, present, and future's on the right. So let's see what the past looked like. Let's see what direction it's moving. It's moving southwest to northeast. Yeah. It's moving southwest to northeast. Yeah. Well, let's look at 12:35 p.m. to 2 p.m. If I can find the button. I'm right there. There we go. See, it's sliding from the southwest to the northeast. And I'm over here. Well, according to this futurecast, after 2 p.m., it looks like most of it's going to slide to the north of me, north and west of me. Yeah. It's going to miss me mostly. But there is a lot of rain out there, but it's just not going to hit me, I think. But I got some, so I got a little bit. Well, it's 2:30 now, and I can hear it raining heavier outside. I'm over here, so I don't know if I'm getting some of this. But it looks like everything's been sliding up this way. It's staying right west or northwest or north of me. Yeah, it's just sliding off to this up. But looks like I'm getting some of this in here. I'm gonna go outside and take a look. This is pretty heavy. Or heavier. The heavy stuff is to the west of me. And the wind's blowing more now. I'm gonna go up on the west side and see what it looks like up there. Yeah, it looks like it's all sliding staying to the west of me. Yeah, the wind's a lot stronger too. Cold. A lot of water here. Wind's coming in from there. It's strong. Cold. Let's go to the other side. I'm getting wet here. I'm getting wet here too. Wind's blowing in hard. That's all I get to see. I said the heavy stuff is out there. Going from the southwest to the northeast, staying over to the west of me, most of it. I'm getting a little bit. I guess I won't get a flood, but too cold. I gotta go in. I had to come inside the house. We're getting too wet. Yeah. I'm looking through the window of my door. Yeah. I guess the creeks are going to fill up with this, so it is getting a little heavier. I'm getting some of it. If it gets heavy enough, I'll probably lose internet anyway. So I might as well be up here. Water's running down that way. That'll go into my pond. All this water will go down to the pond. Oh, lightning. That was the lightning. I just couldn't stay out there any longer. Wind was blowing, I was getting wet, and the wind is cold. The wind is really cold. Well, I'll go down and see what the radar looks like. At least I'm getting rain. I'm getting rain. As long as I don't get a flood. I don't like when I get a flood. Water for the pond is one thing, but too much is not good either. Alright, I'm going to go inside the house where it's warmer. I'm just here on top of my stair. It's not heated. It's warmer than outside. The gutter's overflowing right here. I need to fix that one of these things. Probably clogged up right here. Lightning. That's overflowing over there too. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this. I'm gonna clean this downspout now. This goes down to an underground pipe, and that pipe goes all the way, supposed to go all the way out to the garden. But I think it's clogged up either here or down there. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead. Too cold out here. That's it. That's it for today. I didn't give her no meat yesterday. Maybe I'll do it tonight. Yeah, it's coming down now. If I don't have internet now. Still about 56 degrees though. Don't feel like it. Feel colder. Look at the water running down the road. Yeah. Oh, it's 2:50 p.m. on the radar. Right now it's about 2:55. But that's where I am. And it was raining pretty hard there for a while because of that red. But now it just started to slow down. It's still raining, but it's slower than it was before. Still hearing thunder outside. It was around 56 degrees, but sure felt colder than that. Probably because of the rain and the wind. Anyway, most of it's over now, I think. Yeah, I think. I'll check the rain gauge after it stops completely. According to the 3:40 p.m. radar, the storm has moved off to the east of me now. I should be in the clear. But it's too wet to do anything, so. But I'll go outside and take a look what's going on. The rain stopped. It's just before 4 p.m. Yeah. There's still some clouds in the sky. Cattle are up there and down here. Look at those clouds. Yeah, those are nice clouds. I'm gonna walk down there and check out that stream there. See how this water's flowing in there. I can see water flowing here though. Going down into the pond, you can see the change in the water, the old water and the new water with the mud in it on the edge here. And over there, it floated in. It came down this way from here. Came down from my, oh, look at that. Sun's up there somewhere. Yeah. Water from my roof. All this area here. Because water was flowing down the road. And it, oh, they're coming down. And it flowed down there. The little roof I got above my, over my porch area, the smaller roof inside, that's got a gutter down in the middle there, just for this part. The other gutter for that little roof on the side, that goes out that way, and I think that's clogged too. Probably leaves. Anyway, all the water is supposed to, from both, everything here, supposed to go down here. And there's supposed to be a line with that little yellow post. There's an underground pipe that comes from the gutter, then goes down this way. That's why it flowed in that way, and this water comes in this way. Out there eating grass already. That's good to see again. Yeah, rain's over. Now they're coming out. Big bully taking up the over here. Look at those pear trees. They're they're getting some color back in them. Green. They're going to start budding out and leafing out here soon. It's not spring yet. Still got what is today? 4? Still got over 2 weeks before spring hits. Look at that. Look at that fluffy cloud there. Looks like a pillow. Over there. There too. Okay, let's take a walk. I need a stick to walk with. Let me check the rain gauge first. Oh, altogether, it's just over ½ inch. A little bit over ½ inch. But it started out right about there. Or this morning, I think it was right here. And then later on, it was like that. And that's how much I got. Yeah, it stopped raining. I can hear the water flowing over there. These two are getting a bite. These two are used to each other from out in the big pasture. There's the rest of them. See the water flowing? Oh, I can see water flowing in this stream there. Yeah, so it's doing its job. I had it dug out last spring. Yeah. And I got a double culvert in there. Because the first culvert I put in was over there because I had a mound of dirt there. I wanted to use it. And that bare spot, I put it there. But the first good rain, good inch, the water couldn't go through the culvert fast enough. And it overflowed and came out, flushed it out here. So I bought another culvert, and then about a month later I had them come back, dig that one up, because before we only had it dug to, the ditch dug to about here, where the culvert, right before where, because this was already deep. But see, the reason I had to dig out, because over the years this thing got filled up, and right about there, it would back up there and then overflow right through there. Yeah, so I had to control it, and I had to, last year I had them dig it all the way to the edge. There's the neighbor's pond there. He had it dug out along this edge of the woods on his side, and so there's a big ditch there going out to the creek, which is over that way. Way in the background you can see the weeds in the ditch in the creek, but the creek falls right there by on the edge of those trees there. Anyway, what I said, yeah. So I put the double culvert over there instead, and it works a lot better. Works a lot better. 2 culverts is just what it needs. Okay, that's I think I'll get in the truck and drive down to the big creek to the bridge. But right now I'm checking this out. What was your hair, boy? Still got the itch? Well, I don't have I got an oiler here, an old oiler here, up by the barn. Maybe I should charge it up too. But I think as the weather gets warmer, the lights will go away. Look at them nice clouds there. Look who came with me. She always follows me. She's coming down here by herself anyway. She goes hunting down here. And I can see water flowing in the ditch. Let's go check it out. Yeah. Hey, I see a sun. Sun shining through there. A little bit. Yeah. Hay got wet, but they still eat it. I can smell it. It smells good. Yeah, the water, any water here, the water from across the road, it comes across underneath the road. Oh, I got a bird chasing that crow or something, yeah. That little bird chasing a crow. Anyway, it goes along that edge there. And then the branch over that way, across the road, it comes through here, meets up there, and there, because it splits. And then they all come through here. And then I got it channeled out that way. Make the water flowing. Yeah, that tree's not landing on the fence, so I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I'll clean it up one of these days. Is there water? Is the water coming out of that second one? Or is it going underneath it? I can't tell. This one here is coming through. The other one, I think it's coming through the pipe. It has to be. It has to be. Anyway, come down through there. From this branch on that field, in the same field, they got another big branch down the way, and it comes across through here. I can see the water flowing there, and there's some more water flowing through there. And she's drinking. Yeah, sun's up there somewhere. The limb's not hitting the fence, but it's pushing the cedar down onto it. It's held up by that. A little bit by that. Let's see if I can pull that cedar up off the wire. I ain't gonna mess with it now, it's too wet. I can see water in the stream. The cat's still with me. Yeah, flowing good now. Squirrel! Hey, squirrel! Did I disturb you? You can see where the water comes out over there. Yeah. Nice view from up here. Big tree. Big tree. There's a pond down at the bottom. Still with me, cat? You could have caught that squirrel. Or don't you? The squirrel's too big for you. Now there's a site. I saw this, something similar to this out in the big pasture. Look what I'm looking at. Two different trees there. That's some kind of oak. I'm not sure which kind. It's some kind of red oak. Could be a bur oak. And this is a sassafras. I know that. I don't know about that one. Don't look like a sassafras. Could be an oak. Could be an elm. Yeah, probably an elm. I think that one's an elm here. Oh, that's a white oak. That's a white oak down there. There's a white oak. Here's another one. I think these are bur oaks. I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, look at that. The big tree was first because it's bigger. And then this one started to grow next to it. And now the big tree is wrapped around it. Cool. Okay, let's go back to the house. You have fun, Cat, coming out with me? I think you come out here by yourself sometimes. Hunting this and that. Let's go down and follow the creek back, or stream. And it flows out to a bigger ditch out that way, goes this way, out to the big creek. I don't know what kind of tree that is. I have no idea. Could be a hackberry. I'm not sure. But it's big. Now I had 2 oaks over here. They were giving shade for a while, but I was feeding hay along here for a long time. Along this area here, from this tree over to there. And I guess too much hay around them. They both died. And I just left them alone. There's us 2. There's some big trees up here that aren't bothering me, so I'll leave them alone. They're out of my way. Everything's turning green. All the hills are getting greener. The grass is growing back again. Okay, I'm running out of battery already. Know what you're looking for? Huh? Yeah, I had this dug out because it was real. You could flatter. I could drive an ATV across it before, but because I had it dug out originally when they first bulldozed this, pushed this out, just to make a ditch for it, and over the years it filled up, and then it got backed up over there, just beyond that tree, where it makes it curve. So I had it dug out. It's working good now. Going all the way down there. And since I had this dug out, I needed a way to cross it when I'm checking the fence. And that's why I put that culvert in down there on that end. It's raining enough to make this water flow for months. Yeah, I think the sun's up there. Can't remember the last time. Yeah, this is where the blockage was, right through there. Yeah, this was all blocked up with leaves and weeds, and they used to come out right there and flow down that way. Hi, Cat. She's taking a dump. Yeah. I remember that summer, I forget what, 2024 maybe? All this grass here, those 3 Highlanders were down at the big pasture. So this grew up in real tall fescue all summer. And then after a flood in 2024, big flood, it knocked all the grass down. And then the ironweeds came up through the grass. I better get going. I'm running out of battery. I don't have my portable power pack either. First time I put a culvert in was there last year, but I couldn't take the amount of water, so I had to move it. And the culvert was right. There was a big mound of dirt here from when they did the bulldozing a long time ago, so I had them dig that down and cover up the culvert. It worked until it rained a lot, and then it overflowed. So I had them dig this up and put it down there with another culvert that I bought. And now it's working good. Let's go back to the house. Yeah, the stream coming up from across the road there, and here coming from there, and also from here. Goes down here, goes out there. This is working good. The phone's going to shut off pretty soon. I put this here so I could cross it with the ATV to drive up along there, because once this ditch is too big to cross with the ATV now. I want to use it like once. But when I want to check fence and use the ATV, I can drive all the way along the fence up there. Or down around this side. So I don't want to go over the hill. Right now I'm going to take the truck out to the big pasture, just to the bridge. Oh, cat's still down there. Cat's still down there. She's trying to hunt something, I think. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I can smell that wet hay. Smells like silage. I'm back on top. Sun's coming out a little bit. Get my truck key. Let's head to the bridge. I think I want to drive down to the creek crossing down there, at the bottom of that hill, and see if the water's overflowing. Well, the cows are down there. I see the red cow over there. I guess that's a red cow. She don't look red anymore, but she's dark. I see some calves on the hill over there, bottom of the hill. I see the white bull, or the big bull, way up there, halfway up the hill. Yeah. Okay, let's go check that creek crossing on the road. Well, it didn't rain enough to get the creek to flow over the road, so my creek should be good too, or my bridge should be good too. Usually takes over an inch and a half for it to cross here. Yeah, and maybe an inch and a half to 2 inches to cross, to overflow on my bridge. Backed up all the way to here. I see the calves over there. I'm not going that way. I'm just going to drive down here to the bridge. I think I'll be okay. I think I'm going to back down. That way I don't have to turn around and cross the creek. I was backing down, the sun came out. Cool. Well, I made it to the bridge. Not much difference. Yeah, water's muddier though than it was before. Water was somewhat clearer before the rain. With all the runoff, it got muddy. The water level is a little bit higher. I could see where the water's flowing, a little bit higher, but not much. What did I say? Oh, a little bit less than half an inch I think we got today. Maybe 3/4. Maybe we got 3/4 of an inch today. Yeah, something like that. It was just over an eighth. A little bit less than 3/4. Yeah. Anyway, it's something. It'll help my ponds fill up. And there's supposed to be more rain forecast too.
But I guess, I don't know if it's called lucky or just the way it worked out, but I could have got a lot more rain today if that storm would have drifted a little bit more east. Yeah, the track kept it west of me, most of it. But I got some, but they got a lot of rain to the west of me, I'm sure. I'm sure a couple of inches at least. Yeah. But I guess I'd rather have this than 2 inches of rain, because that'll flood. It might flood my bottom here. Alright, I'm not going to go check the cow. Oh, maybe I will. I'll go walk. I'm just curious. My corral's up there on top of that hill. I can see some paths. Those are groundhog paths. See, there's one there, and they go all along through here. The groundhogs live on this hill here. This is the remnant. This is where the creek used to flow. I said this before. Oh, son. When I first bought this property, this was all trees here. All trees here on this edge, this corner here. It's all trees. And the creek was the same over here, but here it made a big turn. They got a big turn here, came where I'm standing, and I'll explain why this is a high spot over here now. Turn the wrong way. Anyway, creek turned, went this way. Like I said, this is all trees. And then it made another turn here. Right here, where the turn is, right here. Made a big turn, and then went along the bottom of that hill, went across, and came out somewhere by that big tree, that dead tree. The creek was there, and around where I'm standing. So, me and my wife tried to cut these trees down. The area farther out, that was all farmable. And the crossing that the previous owner had was over there somewhere by that dead tree, or either this side of that dead tree or the other side. I can't remember. But they would just drive down through the creek and come up the other side. And then they would farm this side over there and up on top too. They would farm it all. But this, like I said, this was all trees. And I didn't want to go through there, although I've done it in the past when we first had the property. So like I said, me and my wife, we tried to cut these trees down, but it was too much work, so we just hired somebody to dig a trench. Actually, we had them push all these trees out first. Pushed all the trees out. And then we had them push them into this part of the creek here that was still open. That we pushed it in here, and we had them push it in there. But I also added a culvert underneath there. We put the trees, and then we buried the trees in the old creek right through there, and then we put some dirt on it, and then I put a culvert on top of that, and then covered it up with dirt. That's why any excess water coming out of here, because the water comes down that ditch along the side of the road, and it comes into here, but I didn't want to overflow this, so I had the overflow goes out that way. Yeah, and then once that was covered up, and the dirt they got for this, cover that trees up there, and cover up this here, came from they dug a channel through there to make the creek go straight that way. And our first creek crossing was just through here, and then I put some riprap in. That worked for a while, but I said I wanted a concrete bridge, so we got some more riprap, thick. We put that old concrete culvert there. We put that in with the riprap, level with the riprap, and then we covered. Then we had just a concrete strip wide enough for a tractor and a truck or whatever. And it worked for a while until a big flood came, big flood came, and the concrete didn't have any rebar in it, so I guess the water went through the riprap, because the concrete was just laying on top of the riprap, the big rocks, and it went through and it busted up all the concrete. There's a big chunk over there of the old concrete, and the other ones are on this side. So then one year, I guess it was 98 maybe, my wife was in the Philippines by herself during, I think it was around my birthday. Yeah. Anyway, I built this bridge at night. I worked second shift, 3 to 11, and when I came home from work, it was midnight, so I was building the forms. I built the forms here at night for the concrete, and then before I built the forms, I bought some big culverts, the ones that I got now, and I had to have a track hoe coming from the road to bring them in here, and it was just about at their weight limit. But they got them set, and then I worked around them. And I had to have my brother and my father or somebody to help pour the concrete, and it got done. Yeah. Anyway, that's a memory. Oh, I was going to check the cattle. I think they went back up to the top. Yeah, the creek got more water in it. And it's muddy water too. And that bridge cost me around $5,000 to make, to build. That's the old culverts that's the first culverts we put in, covered with concrete with riprap underneath it, but it didn't hold up. But this one's held up. There's a wet spot out in it. Sometimes in the summertime or in the fall, if I want to feed hay, keep cattle in there, I'll put some bales out in there, like when we haul bales or something. Looks like I'm going to lose the sun. Oops. It's going to go down behind some clouds, and I don't think I'm going to see it again today. But I got to see it for a little while. And all the water flows down this way. Bye, son. Yeah. Grass is getting greener. Cattle disappeared. They were down in here. One cow was over that way. I'm looking for the grass seed. I don't see any. Could have got covered up. It could be here somewhere. Probably got washed away. Yeah, well, I'll know in a few weeks if anything sprouts. I don't know where the cattle are. I guess they went back to their hay. I could see where the water was draining through here. Yeah. It's water from up there drains down to this side of the ditch mostly. Some goes down that side and then follows the cattle trail and goes out to this creek. But you can see where the water did. The water was flowing. Probably took some of the seed with it. But the seeds could be piled up in these ridges of debris. These little ridges. Yeah, I think the seed's here. Just don't know if it's going to grow. Oh, I see a calf up there by the bales. Yeah. Most of the seed got washed together. Most of the ground is probably bare. But maybe something will come up. I feel like walking any further. I saw the cattle yesterday, so, and I saw them a little bit from the road. Let's go back. I'll be lucky if any of that grass seed grows. Probably all going to wind up down. Most of it's wind up down there on that end of the road. Grass always grows better down there. I think I know why. Of course, I think the soil's better down there too. Sun's behind that big cloud up there. Guess I should check the fence when I get down to the bridge. There's some water standing there. There's two of the big brush piles that the neighbor did on his side of the creek. There's another big one way down there. He did that last fall. Took all the trees off his side of the creek, because I think the creek is the boundary line. I was going to do that when they pushed all this. Actually, I had to do the same thing here as I did by the bridge. The stream here came out over here somewhere, over there, and it came out into this where the pasture is, a little bit farther this way, and then we did the same thing. We had them push the trees out up to there, but I didn't do that because of those big sycamores. They weren't going to take too long to dig out because they got a big root ball, and I didn't want to spend money to do all the other fence, but I probably should have done it when they had a chance, but it was costing too much to do all this bulldozing work and track hoe and stuff, so we just left that. But if we would have cleaned all the trees out off the side of the creek, it would have been easier to put a fence up right next to the stream. But I didn't do it. Anyway, the stream came over here, but the boundary line was behind those sycamores. So after he buried the trees that were here, I had him go behind those sycamores and dig a ditch along the boundary line. Worked out pretty good. Yeah, but all these trees that are growing there down here, those are probably all since we done that. I grew back. Okay, enough reminiscing. Let's go back to the house. I just remembered something. Today's Wednesday. I was going to feed hay on Friday because they're getting low. Hopefully this dries out before that, because I don't want to drive on this when it's muddy. If I don't have to. If I have to feed hay up there again Friday and the road's still muddy, I'm gonna do something I don't think I've ever done before. I'm gonna go through that gate, and I'm gonna drive along the woods here and go up the back way and feed the hay. Yeah, that's what I would do. Because I want to preserve this road. I don't like to drive on it when it's too muddy. But if it dries out, that's a different story. There's a lone goose just flew across. Yeah, that's what I'll do if it's too muddy. Because it's muddy today and might rain again. So yeah, I'll go through the bottom and up the back way. I've never done that before. Underneath that old barrel there is a culvert. The end of the culvert. So if there's any water that comes down this ditch, can go out that culvert. But anything extra goes into there. And that pond never dries up. And if I remember right, the culvert goes right here. I think we had a cave in at one point. Culvert's in there someplace, and I've seen it on the outside there, so I haven't checked to see if it was clogged up or not. But It's just beyond there. Groundhog hole. One of them. See all the paths going to it? There and everywhere else. The hole's right there. That's been there ever since I can remember. I've always had groundhogs here. There's some more holes in here too. I'm not sure. I think there's another one up that way. There, up there. I just can't see it. Maybe another one here too. There's some of that plastic that came down the hill from where I used to store square bales up there and feed them up on top of that hill before I started using round bales. You can see the paths from the holes. Groundhog hole over here. I think there's another groundhog hole over there. Yeah, I see a path going that way. I think they even come down to the water to drink somewhere. Oh, right there. They come down there. I see a path by the fence. Yeah, this is just full of groundhogs. But I don't mess with them. Half the time I don't see them anyway. Yeah, I see one hole between those two trees there. I see another hole up on top. Way up there. Up there. There's that other hole. There's a path going to the top up there. Goes up. Because groundhogs eat grass. And I've seen the paths go across there and they go out there into that field to eat. And I think this is the groundhogs that I have at my house. Sometimes I used to have them in my barn. I'm trying to keep them under control because they're undermining my barn, at least on the east side, east end. I think they came from here, overflow. Okay, I guess I'm done. I need to go back to the house. And I've tried, over the years, I've tried all kinds of deterrents from the stores. Groundhog deterrents, different things that I read on the internet, what to use. Nothing seemed to work until I started trapping them. Once I trap them, if I can catch them, yeah, I can get rid of them. I just have to catch them. It all depends on what kind of bait I use. Sometimes I use dog food. Dog food seems to work. I use corn. Yeah. There's two side streams, tributaries. One coming from here, comes across anything from over there. A culvert come over from the neighbors across the road, goes around here. The owner of this, he dug this trench around here. So it comes out here, right next to my bridge. And then this one's got water coming out of it, and it starts way over there on the other side of that road behind those trees. That's where that water comes from. Or maybe it just comes from up there, but it follows the side of the road below those trees back there, and then he made a ditch. Where does that ditch go? I forget. Anyway, he's got a ditch along this area that comes on over here. I'm not sure where that. I think, yeah, that's the trench there. That goes that way. Yeah, it goes that way. He got a trench there along those trees, and then it goes along the road and goes down into the creek by that house. But that's where the road bridge is. For the road. Yeah, so I got two water sources coming here and here coming out before it goes up through my bridge. Besides what comes down through here. Okay, time to go home. Only 56 degrees when I left, and it's a lot Now I'm starting to sweat. I got a little jacket on because this morning when it was raining, that was felt a lot colder. Same temperature, but it was a lot colder because of the rain and the wind. But now there's no wind. Okay, okay, time to go home. I'm homeward bound. Yeah, there's always been a low spot through here. Yeah, always. But sometimes I'll feed hay in there when it's dry. Yeah, like just to raise it up a little bit. Fill it up, but only occasionally, not very often. Yeah, a little soggy through here, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to use four-wheel drive. If I get some speed up, I can. What was that? A moth. A moth just flew on my phone. If I get some speed up without stopping, I can get up that hill without four-wheel drive. But if I stop, then I can't. It's 5:15 p.m. Sun's going down in a few minutes. Oh, look what I saw. There's some steam forming over there. Steam or fog. Yeah. Looks cool. I gotta get some speed going up that hill. Then I'm going home. I'm back at the house. Guess I'm done for today. I can't do that in the dirt. Sun's getting ready to go down, so I'll try to drive over to the farm tomorrow and do some little work left that's around the pear trees. Sun's going down somewhere in there. Just can't see it. Check the mail. Just got something from ARP. I used to be a member a long time ago, but I never got no value out of it, so because I just discontinued it or didn't renew it. They keep sending me mail to renew it. This is the quiet after the rain. I don't think there's any wind. Well, I didn't do much today. Watching the weather mostly. I did get that grass sowed on the pasture road before the heavy rain. Time will tell if anything's going to grow there. Even if it does grow, all the times I go up and down the road, it kills it again. What I really need up there is rock. Yeah, maybe I should invest in some rock up on that road. Yeah, from the road to the bridge, there's a base layer of rock there. Yeah, because I knew that was always going to be muddy, and it was muddy for a long time until I put the rock down. So I should do the same, put a layer of rock all the way up to the road, all the way up to the main gate, and a little bit beyond. I always have a worry though that a full load of rock might break my bridge. I think it's pretty solid, but I had a load of rock go there, out there before, but I always have that worry, especially on the west side here. I think it's weaker on the west side. The east side is pretty strong. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Time to go in. That's all, folks, from today. Not to steam over that way. I think there's a pond over there somewhere. Or a lake. There's no lake there, but there's steam there too. Must be the difference between the temperature in the air and the temperature in the ground. A little foggy down here too. Not as much. More so over that way, but a lot over there. Look at all the, and that's not smoke from the guy's fire. That fire went out from the rain, but that's some kind of fog. I can feel it getting cooler. There's some fog creeping in or being created. That's all I got. Sun's already done anyway. Well, it's 10:35 p.m. and it's raining again. It started a while ago, and I'm right there. It's a steady rain, slow and steady. That's all for tonight then. Well, it's about 53 degrees right before midnight, about 11:45 p.m. And it's raining again. It's been raining almost all night. Yeah. It's still raining. Slow, but raining. I'm going to go out and check the rain gauge. See how much I got. I'm going to go check the rain gauge, see how much we got. It's been raining almost all night. Can hardly see the rain gauge, but I'll get closer. I might get a little wet, but it's raining about 7/8 of an inch so far. So yeah, we gained some rain, and there's more on the way tonight. Well, this is from 11:50 p.m. and the storm is still moving southwest to northeast, and I'm over here. This part already came over me. It's not raining hard. It's just raining steady. Yeah, I got 7/8 so far, and that includes the half inch or so I had previously. That yeah, so it's getting there, and there's still more to come too. I watched it enough. I think I'm gonna go sleep now.